Hi, this is Rebecca Dirks with PremierGuitar.com. We're here backstage checking out John Mayer's gear. We're about to meet up with his guitar tech, Rene Martinez, to see all of the amps, pedals, and everything he uses on stage. Sound check is also about to start, so bear with us if it gets a little loud. Rene's kind of legendary in the tech world. You've teched for, obviously, Stevie Ray Vaughan. You're with John now, and you've had a lot of other guys, so you know what you're doing around here, huh?
Well, I think I know what I'm doing. I really don't know if I know what I'm doing, but I try.
Well, I think the sound speaks for itself. So let's take a look at what amps John's using right now, which are pretty legendary in themselves.
Yeah, they are. They're all like name brand amps as far as legendary, Fender, and there's a 2-rock that he has that he's playing through, and then of course a lot of people are knowing the Dumble amplifier made by Alexander Howard Dumble. And this is one of them right here. This one's a Steel String Singer. This one doesn't have overdrive or anything. It's an amplifier that's clean sounding, yet is able to produce a great big sound. Alexander did make a whole lot of these here. I can't tell you exactly how many, but these are such strong amplifiers. Stevie Ray Vaughan used them, Bonnie Raitt used them. A lot of artists back then were using these amplifiers. And if you wanted to call it a boutique amplifier, I guess you could, but to me it was just a Dumble amp. One of the best amplifiers made in the world today, in my opinion.
And then the 2-rock is John's signature model, right?
Yes, it's John Mayer signature model 2-rock. This one's a 100-watt amplifier, and this one's made by people up in California.
And then he's using the Fender Bandmaster too?
Yeah, the legendary Fender amplifier. This one here is the Bandmaster. It just has that beautiful Fender sound. It's noted for its clean sound, always has. But different models were meant for different reasons. And this one just has to have a remarkable tone to it. And it sounds just good all together, because we have 3 different amplifiers. And it's like playing through one great big speaker. It just makes it, it's not like going for loud. That's not the idea. The idea is that one amplifier sounds good at a certain volume, tone control, or EQ as they call it today, and the same thing with the 2-rock and the same thing with the Dumble, but they all together, put together, will give you more volume because there's 3 amplifiers on, obviously, but the tone is the most important thing, and that's what makes it sound good.
And are there any these special cabinets at all that we're using?
The speakers here, they call them Alessandro cabinets. They're hardwood cabinets. There's nothing real special about the speakers. They're Celestions speakers on the inside. They're open back, which means that the back of it is open. You can actually see the speaker. This is what we call a Bradshaw system, and what it is, it's a system that houses pedals or effects so that he can turn them on and off when he wants to, or have a combination of them on and off when he wants to. These drawers just slide out, and they house all of the pedals that he wants to use, and they're always on. They're never off. If they're off, then they won't be employed. So as you can see, all the red lights indicating that the power is on is there. And then from here, it hooks up to a pedal which comes down to the floor, and it comes all the way out, and it hooks up to the controller, as they call it. In essence, this is a pedal that turns all of the effects on or off. All the pedals that are in the rack are on here, and if the light is on, that means that one pedal is engaged or is coming through the system. So as this one is off, when you turn it on, then that pedal is in effect. You can hear it through the amplifier when you're playing the guitar. But this one has a memory in it, so what happens is that right now it's set to one setting. So this is what we call one setting, preset 1, or go to preset 2, and when you press that, I don't know if you noticed, another light came on, which means that that one is engaged, or those 2 pedals are engaged. And then again, for another one, and so forth and so forth. So when you want to go back and forth, you just hit this one button, and it turns all those pedals on, 1, 2, 3 on there, and then back again to the other one. And that would be for, you can see the number 1 on there. This has banks on it. In other words, it scrolls. You can see the numbers as I push the foot to a different bank, which like would be for a different song. And we have those, I have them taped down on the set list down on the floor, and it has that number, like number 9, beside that one song. So when he's going to play that song, he'll go to bank 9, if it's bank 9, and then he has all the presets to go with it when he's employing different places in the song, like a lead, or he's going through a certain part of the song where he has one effect on and off, and he can always go back to the original settings. And then we go to another song, he'll press, let's say the next one's 10, obviously, and then that's what he uses for that song, and then those are the effects that he uses for that particular lead, or whatever you want to call it. So this whole thing turns it on and off. I don't have any room in the rack, so obviously I have to put them someplace else. But this one is the wah-wah pedal. It's meant to be out here. I can't put it in there because he has to employ it with a foot, so it's got to come out here.
Is that a Tease?
Is that a what?
What brand is the wah?
I think they call this an REC wah-wah. It's got an EQ on it, so you can see up in the front. And you can turn it on and off if you want to. There's a button down here beside it to turn the EQ off or on, and we have it on. I'm just adjusting the adjustments. I have all the adjustments marked. I have everything marked, so I know what to do when I come back. And during the show, when we start doing the set change, I can put everything back in its proper place. And we always start at a certain place. And then these are just extra boost pedals. That's all these are. This controls my acoustic guitar line. So wirelessly, I give him the guitar, and I'll come over here and I'll turn that on, and his acoustic guitar is working. And then when we change guitars, I turn it off. And this is nothing more than a looper, which means that this pedal here, this one here is engaged, it's univibe, and this will turn the univibe on or off. It's always on. It's kind of like this guy over here, except it's little bitty. So this pedal here, he'll turn it on and that effect will come on, and he'll turn it off so that effect is out. So it's not making a bunch of noise or effects that he doesn't want to come through. It's the one that he's put together, and it looks like it's been through the mill, old, wore out, you know, but it's been going through this for the past 5 or 6 years that I've known it. So it's getting more and more wore out. You can see. These are the machines that I had bought a long time ago for Stevie's guitar, and I guess he noticed them on somewhere, or maybe he didn't, I don't know, but they're on here, so I'm just taking that's where he saw it from. But I bought these for Stevie a long time ago and put it on his guitar, and when I saw this one, I saw that and I went, wow, you know, deja vu.
Does he have the finish then sanded down on the neck?
Well, it's just the way he wanted it, smoother. This is kind of sticky sometimes, you know, like today it's real humid. It can feel sticky later on tonight. And this will too, but it's more slick.
As we've seen here, John has a pretty epic set of guitars, so we're not going to talk about all of them, but you're going to show us some of his main ones, right?
Right, exactly. In my hand, I have the acoustic guitar that he uses for on-stage acoustic performance. This one is OM-28, John Mayer's signature model. It's got his signature in inlay here at the last fret. Mother of pearl and abalone around the sound hole. Here he's already scratched on it just from guitar picking. It's plain and simple, nothing more to it than that. Try to keep them as best a shape as I can, but they're road guitars, so. I've got 4 vaults, and this is a vault here, and each one of these vaults here houses 10 guitars, so that's 40 guitars, and obviously he only does about 14, 15 songs or 16 songs a set in the show, so he doesn't use them all, but he has a choice to use whatever he wants to for that day, and says I want to use this one instead of that one today, and so on and so on, so they're all here ready to go. Each one of these guitars here in this first vault we'll use for every song, or that particular song. Okay. So that gets used for a song, that gets used for a song, that one will probably get used for one, that's for one song, 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 and that's for one song too. The black guitar out there that you saw will probably go for 2 songs, maybe 3, depending on what he's going to want to play. Then of course the acoustic guitar, and then if he does 2 acoustic guitar songs, I'll bring out the second acoustic guitar so that I can make sure this is in tune, and I'll check the other tuning on that. That's why I have 2 of them, and backup as well. You know, not that any of these guitars won't get used, they will or can, and at a moment's notice, I'll have to be ready and have it in tune and ready to go out there. He does this little guy up here too, this little guitarist. He'll play that on the song, and it's ready to go. And I just have to know, since I know his songs, I can pretty much get to him pretty quick.
Oh,
ready to go.
That is a lot to be handling every night.
I have a lot to handle every day.
Well, thank you very much for taking some time to talk to us about it. We really appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
This is Rebecca Dirks with PremierGuitar.com.